them random.
Apparently, they dragged me on Twitter. I don't give a because Twitter's not a real place.
What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode on This Week in Hip Hop Twitter. I am your host, Vegas, of Hip Hop Now Podcast. And this podcast, along with all the other podcasts I do, are brought to you by the supporters, the producers at patreon.com/hip hop now. And if you want to figure out what that's about, how to support, well, if you like the show, go to the site. But what makes it easy is that you don't have to write down that that URL. You could click on the link because it's in the description of this episode. All you have to do is scroll down to the description, click on patreon.com/hip hop now, and get locked in, show your support, receive exclusive bonus episodes, like an episode I just recorded about Beanie Siegel and rappers like Beanie Siegel. Patreon.com/hip hop now. Salute. With me, as always, it's the homie Yentz. What's good, man?
What's going on, Vegas? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling. What the fuck are people talking about on Twitter this week?
All right. This tweet, here we go. Y'all keep trying to convince me of how great of a hip-hop duo EPMD is. However, I come across gems like, and the person linked the video to the EPMD song, You Had Too Much to Drink. And the person says,
wow.
based on that song, that video, there's no way this person will ever say anything but that EPMD is completely overrated based on You Had Too Much to Drink.
Now, if you don't know and you're listening, if you know EPMD, you're probably thinking to yourself, damn, what song is that? When they make that? Man, Unfinished Business, their second album.
Yes, sir.
It is the blatant blemish on that otherwise flawless album. This is this man's point to take the weakest tune on one of their best albums, arguably their best, and say that's the reason to call the group and their 4 straight dope albums overrated?
Yep.
Man.
Look, I think that's total crazy to say that. For one, you can pull what probably a lot of people consider a whack song off of a lot of great artists' albums. That doesn't diminish, everything that they accomplished as far as how the fans view them. That song, yeah, anybody would say, just like you said, that it's the wackest song on the album. But that don't take away from what you're saying. It don't take away from Total Chaos. It don't take away from Please Listen to My Demo. I mean, I can still add a couple of more joints. So that's, I don't know. I don't know what would make you say that. Because guess what? Cool J had a country song. Does that keep Cool J out of the out of the GOAT talk or anything like that? No.
And also, I guess you got to look at it from this standpoint, right? I think I feel comfortable calling that album a classic. All classics aren't perfect. Like,
no.
I'm probably maybe I'm in a class by myself or just a few people feel that way, but stuff like what's the joint on Illmatic, One Time for Your Mind? The reason why I don't like it don't belong on that album at all. Just like this EPD record, it's like, why is that on this album? So at the end of the day, man, when you fail to do your research, you fail in life. Get your punk ass off of Twitter.
I don't know what would make you say that. No, I don't think anybody would have a problem with if you call that song out as being whack. Cool, nobody's gonna. But you can't say that the men are overrated. These dudes, just like you said, these dudes, 4 straight, arguable classic albums. Yeah, they got some joints on there that people might not listen to, as opposed to the other really great, dope songs that's on there. I mean, I don't know. I just saw that and saw the conversation that started around it, and most people were saying just about what you and I are saying. I don't think anybody took the overrated talk and agreed with that.
Right. Amazingly ignorant. That's what some people would refer to that as. All right, man. So what else do people have to say on hip hop Twitter?
Okay, I saw something. This was a pretty interesting comment, and it sparked off some conversation. The comment was, I really try to give Dave East music spins. It just doesn't seem to work for me. So, for me, I can understand where this person's come from, because although I do like Dave East, it's more, for me, it's more joints than it is complete works. And I can't front and say that I've heard everything. But, I understand where they come from. Dave East is kind of hit or miss for me from the stuff that I heard. I mean, the dude had a big old buzz, a lot of mixtape work, a lot of people, Nas was co-signing him, I believe, and everything like that. So he had a real big buzz. And as far as like albums that I've heard, like I've heard the Paranoia 1 and 2, the Carrie Chanel, and the joint with Styles P, the Beloved One. I like all 3 of those, and other things that I've heard him like feature on. But I don't know, like I kind of agree with where this person's coming from. What you say?
I don't disagree. I
Right.
don't feel exactly like them,
Right.
but I don't disagree either. I feel probably more like you, where there's something about Dave East that can either be really like I don't want to not necessarily boring, but really run of the mill, right? Like okay, it's a dude rhyming. Like you don't walk away with anything. You don't walk away feeling any worse or better about his music. You just say, okay, well, that one didn't hit me as much as the other ones I like. I think his time where he was really dope was early on, when he was signed to Nas, and then he went to Def Jam, like right around that time. And I think he's been mostly hit or miss. He put out a project. Now I will say this: he put out a project recently, just recently, that's actually all right. That I kind of like. But again, it's what I think it is with Dave East. And I know some people will say, well, nah, he does, he does come from a personal place a lot of times when he raps. I think he doesn't do it enough, right? And I don't think his projects always have a focus. They sort of all do the same things. It's a mix of songs. Sometimes he'll kick some relatable bars. Sometimes it's some thug stuff. Sometimes it's some trap. And
Right.
who he reminds me of a lot, and I like him too, but like Vado, right? Vado's the type of dude, his music is cool, but that's just it, right? It's just cool. You don't get anything from him but what he typically does, and you got to decide for yourself, am I tired of this, or should I take a break, which I have, and then come back to it for when it's new to me again. But I'm not mad at this person, because they're trying to get into Dave East. There's a lot of talk. He got a lot of material, like you say, being co-signed. But if you press play and it ain't clicking, it just ain't clicking.
Right. No doubt. And another thing I want to say, like what I get the feeling from him, like you kind of touched on it, he bounces around sound wise. He doesn't stick to a sound. So I don't know if it's like you want to tie him down to a sound. I wouldn't want to tie him down to a sound either. But like it's too much of it's just too much of a mix, to borrow your words again. I think he needs to choose a style, I guess would be the only way I can describe it. Choose one way to go about it, and maybe, kind of dip from time to time, but don't make the whole album, style to style to style to style to style. In my opinion, I think if he doesn't do that, maybe it's better. I don't know. It's, again, if it's not working for you, it's just not working for you.
And I don't think this is what stands out the most. Now, again, this new project is one of the better ones, right? He got a track with Method Man that I was like, it opens the album. I was like, oh, this is dope. And the vibe of that track is carried throughout. The problem with Dave East, for some hip hop fans who want to get into him but can't, he's no different no matter what the beat is. He's approaching it the same way, with the same inflections, with the same rhyming pattern.
I think you're right.
Time. And it works for Guru, but well, according to some people, it doesn't. But it doesn't work for some people. And he kind of has a monotone voice that could really cause you to stop paying attention. So it's sort of like, you really got to be listening to him to get it. And you really got to like it. Or, you just make another Beloved 2, or team up with people who give you that variety. But yeah, I can't even argue whoever tweeted this, because there's a lot of truth to it.
Yeah. Word.
All right. Well, what do y'all think about Dave East? Is he overrated, or do you dig all his music and you don't see what this person is talking about? That other EPMD comment, we're not even gonna go there because it's nonsense. But nevertheless, leave your comments in the comment section below. Hit that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely hit that like button. They made it like do some magic shit when you press the like button now. So if that type of stuff excites you, then bring your young ass over there and type. Click on the like button to see the sparkles or whatever the hell that is. Please know that you can follow this podcast and my other podcast wherever you get your podcast by searching in the search bar Hip Hop Now Podcast. Hit subscribe and stay locked in to weekly hip hop content. On behalf of the homie Yentz, I am Vegas of Hip Hop Now Podcast. Tweet responsibly on Twitter. Peace.
Peace.
Drop it on the random.